Hello again.
Yeah.
Should we have a different... So at the beginning of normal episodes, we say, hi and welcome to We Will Manage. These, I feel like, should be less formal. I think we should start with like just, hi,
Welcome
I'm
back.
Bean.
I'm Sean. And we're
welcome
here
back.
again.
Hi.
I like it. Let's keep it.
Right. So, as we talked about in the last main episode, and we wanted to do a little mini impromptu episode, not at all prepared. That sounds sarcastic, but it's not. I promise. About pitching yourself. Because I am going to be doing this for the first time ever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like I have to mini pitch myself to clients, which we've talked about in the interview episode.
I feel like you pitch yourself a lot.
Is it an interview? Is it a pitch? But this is actually to people with lots of money. And I want them to give it to me.
Well, you've got your intentions, right? Straight to the point. So give us some context.
Because the pitching is what I'm most worried about.
Well, don't be. You're going to
no.
do such a good job. Also, you were so good at presentations at university. I was not. And I can still pitch.
So I don't know. So I had to send in a 3-minute video pitch. And now I've got to prepare an in-person pitch where I think I have also just 3 minutes to pitch. And then there's 2 minutes for questions, I think. I'm pretty sure is the
That's
format.
pretty ideal, I think, in timing.
Yeah,
I've
think
had to
it's
do
good.
10-minute pitches and 30-second pitches.
Wow.
I think 30 seconds is a lot harder.
Yeah, definitely.
Why don't you pitch? Give me the pitch. What are you
Okay, I'll
pitching?
give you the pitch. So, Costa Studio is a branding studio. And for many, many years now, we have been working with clients who all have a common problem once we finish the branding process. And that is a space where we can, once we've brought their vision to life in the branding, is transforming it into real life images, video, content. This is specific to where we are in the south of Spain because in many other countries, this model that I'm going to talk about already exists and already thrives. And that is what normally the mood boards that my clients bring to me is these amazing spaces to capture content, to bring your brand to life after we've done all the design. I want to be the person to change it. And I want to create a space in Malaga that is a space. Imagine a home that's deconstructed and looks gorgeous, has natural light, has everything that you need to make you feel at home and feel like this is the place that you can bring what you want to life. And it'll have a bedroom that's gorgeous. It'll have a living room with the most luxurious furniture. It'll have a bathroom that looks like it's out of a 5-star hotel, as well as a huge room that will be multi-purpose in the sense of it will be used for content creation such as videos and such. It can also be rented out for yoga classes, Pilates, dance classes, all of this. And also a recording studio so that most of the clients who are looking to create this content are artists. And there are, again, no official, big, well-equipped recording studios in Malaga, but the best part of it all is the location. Malaga is becoming a hub for content creators, for artists, for digital nomads because of its lifestyle, because of the weather, because of the affordability, all of these things. And Malaga is considered a very cultural place. It's known as the city of museums. It pays a lot of attention to culture. And this is just a part of it that hasn't been as prioritized in the past. It now is starting to get there, but it's lacking in this, in having a space. So basically, it's an extension of what we already do at Costa Studio. It would just be creating our own physical space that can also be rented out by other professionals, whether it be agencies, creators, or freelancer photographers, and also just private people. So that's the idea. I've been wanting to do this for years. I actually found the Milanote, the mood boards for this that I created years ago, but it just felt too daunting at the time. It was like, I'd have no idea how to find investors. Like, this is just... And I was still just very much starting my own business.
It's so exciting. I love the project. Okay. I feel like I could have prepared for this, but I'm just going to go off the top of my head.
Yes. I've taken
the
notes.
main things for a pitch. First, you need to know your audience. So you need to know who you're talking to. Is it people that are going to understand what you're saying? Yeah. Is it people that are going to be able to relate? Is it just simply people that want to put their money in something to get more money? You know, So try and have a little bit of an idea. It doesn't matter if you don't know every single one of them.
Yeah.
Just to know how, like, the vocabulary that you can use and how, whatever. Number
One
2.
thing, is it normal that this happens? So I had to send in a video pitch, and then apparently they're already seeing that. And then, so there's something, apparently after the pitch, even if you don't win the competition, there's a like section called matchmaking, which apparently is when you would go and have conversations with investors that would be interested. And apparently that can happen pre. So like you had to send in the pitch before yesterday. And then obviously, I think they said on the 4th or the 5th, they'll tell you if like someone was already interested.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that means
so
that you don't
there's
do the
like
pitch,
obviously
or you
for
also
the
still...
pitch, for the pitch competition, there'll probably be a jury. But that's not necessarily, they're probably investors themselves, but that's not necessarily representative of everybody else that's in the room. So often at networking events, be that like business fairs or whatever, you'll have this matchmaking platform usually where you can look up who's going to be there. So who's presenting or who's there with a stand or a stall or whatever, and who's visiting. And that way you can see if there are people that you're particularly interested in talking to, you can set up like a date. So that is probably that. So the most important thing when you're pitching, obviously you want to get a message across, the right message across, but just be as clear as possible. Because not only does that get the right message across so that they understand what you're doing and then they're more likely to be interested in, but also it shows them that you are a good saleswoman and that you are the right person that's going to be able to take it where it needs to go. You know, it might be the best idea in the world, but if you don't really know how to present it, they're going to make are they going to actually be able to take this anywhere, you know?
Yeah.
So I'd say practice as much as you can with different people that maybe understand things in different ways. So like, first of all, me personally, it took me a couple of times of you saying space to realize you actually meant a physical space, because my mind immediately jumped to like an online platform, you know? So like a place to bring this to life, like a space to bring this to life. I didn't straight away click, oh, it's a physical
space.
Which obviously can help if you add visuals and stuff. And then obviously opportunity. So I think the way you placed it out obviously was really good. So you started with the problem. And then later on, you talked about how Malaga was becoming a hub for more and more of these kinds of people. I'm wondering whether you should maybe start with that. So like to kind of give context.
Yeah.
To show that there's this growing amount of people and they all have this problem. You know, it's maybe a good way to show the opportunity, like how many people this affects.
My idea was, but I wasn't able to do this with you because I don't know the second part of it yet, is to go from idea, which can start with saying the problem, like you say.
Yeah, that's really good.
Then going on to rentability, which is the part that I don't quite know yet.
Money.
Yeah.
Right.
So that a big part of it also can be like, what's the plan of negocio, of what's the business plan?
I think honestly, investors are generally people that don't really mind how much money they have to put in, obviously to a certain extent. As long as they see the potential of getting out of it. So I would prioritize talking about how you're going to make money rather than how you're going to save money.
Yeah.
Because one particular investor isn't necessarily going to have to put all of the money in. So that you'll likely have like an investing round, or you'll have 2 or 3, like one lead investor. So somebody that's going to put a bigger part and then lots of other people that'll put little bits and then each get a chunk of the profit. But what they're interested in isn't necessarily how much is needed.
It's how fast you're going to get it back.
Exactly. Or not necessarily how fast, but how much. And then like, what's the give for the return, you know?
Yeah. So after the business plan, go on to talk about the richness of Malaga in the cultural sense, and how it can add to that.
Is that like why it's such a good location?
Yes. Why it's something that has worked in other places, and why I believe that it will also work in Malaga, basically. Because it
Talking
does
about
work
how it's
so
worked
well.
in other places, that's very good.
Yeah.
Like you can give a showcase. Like this, they did it in this city. It took them this amount of time and they're now making this much.
Yeah.
I
mean, the biggest
example
is London. I mean, London is full of spaces like this that are just like constantly booked out, and people fly there from all over the place to use the spaces because they look so good, and like even use them for like sets of like Netflix shows and stuff. Try and make it all very talking about feel and emotion and, you know, how people feel when they walk in and all that, and finish with that with the like big vision. So it's like everything I've told you, and look how pretty it'll look.
It's so good. I like it. Yeah.
That's the order I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. One really important thing is at the end, when you finish, the last thing you do is you give an ask. What are they supposed to do with this information? You're looking for investors or whatever you're looking for. So I'm looking for investors of maybe give a quantity. We can look into the details about rounds, listing rounds and all of this. But I'm looking for investors for this project. If you're interested, please come up and give me, talk to me or send me an email. You can find my email on this slide, blah, blah, blah. But always finish with an ask. So what are you looking for?
Yeah.
This is good.
So we've got, do you want me to read you your 6 points?
Oh, did I give 6 points? Okay, let's do it.
And you can tell me if I'm missing anything. So number 1, know your audience. Number 2, be clear in your messaging. Point 3, practice with different people. 4, consider your order, like you're talking like of things, which is why we went into that. 5, talk about how they're going to make money, not save money. And 6, finish with an ask.
Yeah, always finish with an ask. Yeah, about the money. I mean, they're not saving money, right?
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing, they're paying.
Yeah.
So they don't really care how much they're going to have to pay. Obviously, they just want whatever they put in to go times 10. So you want to concentrate on saying how that's going to happen.
It's such a good point.
At the end of the day, if you've spent 200,000 or 2 million, if you're making 3 billion at the end, they don't really care how much is going into it.
No, it's totally true. It's shifting from like poor mindset
really
to a rich
difficult.
mindset. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, it's only going to cost this much, but like you say, that doesn't matter. What matters is
we don't
how you
care.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, we had a meeting with my co-founder day before yesterday. No, was it yesterday? Yesterday evening, with a investment company, and we said, we're looking for an investment of about 500,000. They're like, yeah, it's not enough for us. we won't go that low. Like they only invest in things that need more investment than that.
Wow, I probably need more investment than that if they want to hit me up.
Actually, though.
So would you add anything else to your points?
No, I 3 minutes isn't a long time. So make sure you get to the most important points.
Yeah.
Make sure it's super clear the problem. So why it's going to be a success, basically. So the more people this is a pain for, the more likely they're going to want to go for that. So that's really good. I think how you presented the problem was perfect. And if you bring, like I said before, the amount of people that this affects and how that's growing to the problem point, that could make it really strong. Also, actually, something you should add is why you're the person for the job. So why are
exactly
you...
what Alicia said. Yeah. Like, why would they want to not just find someone else that they know better to do this? And why would they want to like keep me involved and not just steal my idea or something?
Yeah. What you did say is this isn't something I know because somebody told me. It's something that I experienced because I've been in the industry and I've worked with all of the different types of creators or people that would need this kind of space. Maybe end with that, I would say, before the ask. So usually you present the team, but if the team is just you. If it were a startup that you were pitching, this is more of like a big project that will be done by this company that already exists and is already successful. If it's a startup you're pitching, they don't usually necessarily like solo founders because you only have one person. So if something happens to that person, then it's gone. Like you don't have anybody to bounce off. But because it's a project,
for a foundation, you have to have 3 people involved, for example.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. And it's for that reason, to like keep each other accountable.
Yeah.
So
it's true though.
Yeah.
But I think that's fine.
Yeah. Pitching. Thank you for the little impromptu masterclass.
You're welcome. I'll have a little think and then maybe we can... I think I have loads of like resources and slides and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you look it up, they're all the same basically.
Yeah.
And they say it.
Well, if we find anything like that of use, we can always link them in the description and the show notes so that people can check them out as well. And if you have a pitch, good luck.
Yeah, go for it.
Be confident.
And be confident. That's like number 1.
Totally.
If
believe in what you're saying.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then other people will.
Yeah, exactly. And let us know what multi-million company you are now going to start.
Give us a pitch when we're rich because of this
Yes.
podcast or because we sell our respective companies. Then we can invest in yours.
Yes. That would be so fun. Anyway, getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah, thank you for joining us on this little extra episode, and see you next time on the main feed. Bye.